Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Aquarius. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aquarius, please. All right, so we have the Lovers card, Gemini energy, strong indication of soulmates. All right, we see the Ten of Swords, okay, where they're viewing you as the Four of Swords. And the connection, we see the Queen of Swords. All right, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. So this is something that's very in alignment with you. Now, you could be dealing with another air sign, or a Gemini in particular, but we see the Judgment card. Now I'm going to say my intentions for these singles new love readings are that this is somebody completely brand new, and that's the way I'm going to read it. But for some of my Aquarius, this really could be somebody from your past, okay? But that's for only like one or two of you. The Judgment card here, Aries and Scorpio energy, tells me that this is somebody who's high vibrational, somebody who's awakened, this is definitely an up-leveling from the other people that you've dated. This is someone here who's also calling you in, they're attracting you, right? You're going to feel like there's this undeniable pull towards this person. The physical attraction, Aquarius, is going to be insane. But I also think that you two really complement each other in the most beautiful ways. You two really balance each other out. Gemini energy tells me this person is not only sexy, but they're social, they're communicative, they're fun. They probably flirt through intellectual, through witty banter and things like that. Strong intellectual connection. We see the Hermit card in reverse. This person might be a little bit of an overthinker. They could have Virgo in their chart. But the Hermit card in reverse also indicates that this person might be a secret admirer, or they might come out of the woodwork. They might just kind of come out of nowhere here for you. And we see the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they might be lacking confidence here. There could be other involvements or other people who are interested in them when you meet them. They might be worried that you see them as a player, or you see them as non-committal, or you see them as in and out. That could be because of their lifestyle or because they travel a lot. I am kind of getting that for some of them, they might have a hard time holding down relationships because of their work schedule, or they travel for work. But my Aquarius, you're going to be feeling the Knight of Swords. You're going to be feeling very clear. This Knight of Swords is, all right, come on, let's go. Let's do this. So I think you're going to be feeling quite clear about this person from the jump. What else we need to know about them? We see they may own their own business. Again, they might have high work hours. It feels like they're really passionate about what they do. They invest effort and creativity into personal fulfillment and wealth. They may also be in a period of recovery or mourning. So they've experienced loss and they're in this period of recovery. They may not have any family, or they may have lost a family member recently, or their family could be at a distance from them. And we do see Gemini energy, so you might be dealing with a Gemini. There may also be something in the Gemini reading for you if you're called to check it out, or you have Gemini placements. I usually check my sun, moon, rising, Venus, and then when it comes to soulmates, I like to check my north node. But anyway, this person, they're ruled by Mercury. They're the thinkers and communicators of the zodiac with many facets. And I feel like this is where you two are going to really just like jive. You're going to really, really be able to bounce ideas off of each other. Now, we do see that they're in a state of mourning, and they're in a period of loss, okay? But you may not necessarily see that right away. I mean, it doesn't define who they are, but it may help you, recognize who they are because of this loss. Now, it could be divorce. I mean, it could be some sort of personal loss, but it does feel like it's the loss of a loved one, or maybe even a beloved pet or something like that. All right. This person is honest and trustworthy, Aquarius. They speak multiple languages. Again, these are really specific messages, like languages they speak, eye color, height, ethnicity, and things like that. They're just going to be confirmation messages for some of you, but they're not going to resonate with all of you. So just keep that in mind. All right, and they could be in their 60s. Again, case in point. Not all of you is this person in their 60s, but it is going to be confirmation for some of my Aquarius out there. We see this person loves nature and they're grounded, so I think they're really good to Mother Earth, to plants, to animals. All right, what else do my Aquarius need to know? What else do my Aquarius need to know about this person? All right, so we see main, female, and reverse. So remember, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. So again, this person may be someone who wasn't really expecting to want to be in a relationship, to be in a long-term connection. You know, they may have been, you know, like just kind of in single person mode here, not expecting to like want to step up and be in a committed connection. Yeah, it looks like because they have probably been through a divorce or separation. They might have sworn off of love or sworn off of anything serious is what I'm getting. Yeah, and this is going to be completely unexpected for them, Aquarius. So the way that they feel for you, but also just meeting you, it's a major paradigm shift for them, because I feel like they're just kind of determined to be single and not have any drama and not be in another relationship long-term or committed. And then, oops, you come along, right? All right, so we see that your paths will cross after you make some sort of final decision. We do get this person is like bilingual or a polyglot. They can speak more than one language fluently. They go by a nickname for some of you. All right, and they may have more vowels than consonants in one of their names. And your paths will cross when a holiday is in season, Aquarius, or during some type of celebration. You know, I think this could be a wedding. This could be an engagement party. This could be, you know, a birthday party. It could be out celebrating, you know, with friends, you know, a raise or a promotion or something like that. The way they're viewing you is they're seeing you in chill mode. So I think they see you as like really cool, right? But I also, with the Four of Swords, they see you as somebody that really feels or brings them peace, or they feel at home with. Because I do feel like you two just really get each other. You have a similar sense of humor, really strong intellectual connection. You see the world very similarly. They see you as very sexy and attractive. They see you as, you know, having options. They see you as successful. Some of you could be entrepreneurs. But there's charisma, there's magnetism. And with the Wheel of Fortune, they immediately see your worth and your value, and they feel like you're a destined partner here, Aquarius. Look at that. And you're showing up as the Ten of Swords. So I feel like both of you, I mean, this could be like you both are widows or widowers. You both have experienced some sort of loss, or maybe recently, or maybe you both, you know, grew up in the system or something, or I don't know, you both know or have experienced loss or have come close to death, near-death experiences, painful endings. Okay, so you two are gonna really, you get each other on a very deep level here. All right. All right, what else do they really notice about you or admire about you, Aquarius? The Midas and the Miser. So entrepreneurial energy, both might be entrepreneurs. This person's a business owner. And you have that entrepreneurial flair or a creative ability to turn anything to gold. You delight in sharing life's riches, okay? And they see you as this child magical archetype. So seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, and the belief that anything is possible or everything is possible. Yeah, so you don't limit yourselves. And, you know, they love your storytelling ability, your ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And especially if they're a Gemini or they have that Gemini energy to them, you know, they love hearing your experiences, hearing what you've been through. You're charismatic, you bring stories and such to life. Now, the Queen of Swords here tells me that, again, this is very in alignment with you, but I also feel like truth and honesty is what really defines this connection, along with your intellectual connection. It is going to be sexy and passionate and like ride or die and all of those things, but like it's the intellectual connection that really gets you here. So we see an open-ended becoming. This connection remains alive to what might unfold, which I feel is so Aquarian in nature, right? Like you're just kind of like up to see how this really goes, like how things go, without attaching too much to the outcome. We see here that this connection feels familiar on an energetic level, awakening a sense of recognition beyond logic. So this is activating soul recognition, past life soulmate energy, but you just kind of know this soul that mirrors your own. And, despite all of this heady intellectual energy, this person values stability and realistic expectations, and they bring balance to emotional intensity. All right. And it looks like they come into your life at a period of deep personal focus. So when you're focused on your own growth, goals, or healing, and this connection aligns with what you're already actively building. Perfect, right? And that's probably why you two are meeting, because you're meeting in that same energy. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, fearless love. So Spirit saying a courageous leap into the unknown. Beautiful. Tease. Yeah, there's that witty banter. And again, they don't have to be a Gemini, but I keep going back to Gemini. Gemini flirts with teasing and witty banter and things like that. So the energy is fun and lighthearted, but it's uncertain. And we see let go of the past, clear your energy to allow more love into your life. So that's what you can actively do to speed this up, or, as you're kind of waiting for the one to come in to your life here, Aquarius. And we see life partner. Yeah, your romance is stable and ready to go the distance. So for some of you, this will be your forever person. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's any important dates or times for my Aquarius here, please. Okay, so it's happening very soon, but you may have to wait a little bit longer. So Spirit's being a little bit ambiguous here, Aquarius, but it feels fantastic from where I'm standing. All right, my lovely Aquarius, sending you love and light. Take care.